3 years ago today, we released our very first episode, the Top Gun Maverick Instant Review. It feels like a dream that we've made it 3 years. And I must say, with minimal bumps. And in honor of that dream state we find ourselves in every week, tonight we review the 2010 Christopher Nolan action thriller, Inception. It would seem that the most dangerous thing in Hollywood is an original thought, just as an idea is in the movie. Christopher Nolan is the champion for original ideas. And this one is complex, enthralling, and most of all, good fun. Joining me for our third birthday celebration and to share the dream is the guy I started this with, the G-Man. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good. Jeez, you remember that, the first one?
Yeah, we really fucked it.
Straight off the back of watching the movie.
Yeah.
Straight back to the studio to record.
It was really, really good. I really remember that first viewing of Top Gun Maverick.
Yep.
Jeez, it was good.
That was a tough one to do too because we couldn't talk about the movie because no one else had seen it. We saw it the day it came out.
The day came out. The day early, actually, 6 p.m. on the Wednesday.
That's right.
It was a preview screening. It was amazing. What a movie to start the Born to Watch journey with.
It's pretty good.
And 3 years later, we've got our newest addition to the podcast, but you've celebrated a few birthdays with us as well.
Oh, yeah.
You are definitely have been in more episodes now than Morgs.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah. Because you did the Richard Grieco cake.
I did the Greek anniversary. That was 18 episodes.
That was your 18 episodes.
Yeah. So will the work experience kid be coming up for his Greek anniversary?
He's not far away.
Yeah.
He's probably only done about 6 or 7 though.
Oh, okay. Well,
We're very careful with who we really allow into the inner sanctum. We don't allow beef reporters.
Yes, well, yes,
early access.
I've heard about that stuff.
Brought to you by Shamrock Meats.
Damo, you well? Welcome.
Yes, good. Yes, Dream. I like the way that you incorporated Dream into it was really clever.
It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dreamweaver.
I don't get many accolades on this podcast.
Yeah.
I'm usually the
There you
guy.
go. That's your one. Okay, that's it for the next year.
Excellent.
You throw a few out for yourself.
Well, that's because no one
Far
else
from
gives them
that.
to me. That's because
Yeah.
no one gives them to
Yeah.
me. So I've got to lick myself out, which I've become quite adept at through doing yoga.
There you go. The
Yes.
downward dog.
Now, we are, of course, Born to Watch, and we are 3 years old. The movie podcast where we don't take the movie or ourselves too seriously, which might be difficult tonight.
Mm.
And unless, of course, it is Damo.
The Snorbs report.
I'm looking forward to it. Should be a cracker.
Yes.
Another French leading
Well,
lady.
that's the thing. I don't know how much we can talk about how good France is for Snorbs.
It's the best.
Unreal. Yep.
It is unreal.
They're the All Blacks.
It's like a
As I
dream.
said, they're the American dream team.
Yeah.
The French and the Snorbs.
It's like peanut butter and jelly.
Well,
Or as
yeah.
we say, peanut butter and jam,
Yeah.
peanut butter and honey.
I don't think I've ever eaten peanut butter and jam.
Oh, it's great.
Really?
Yeah, peanut butter and strawberry jam. Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
Pretty
Okay.
good.
It's
pretty good.
very good,
All
Damien.
right.
Very
Okay.
good. Okay, gents, overs and unders. A 2010 movie. This came out when I had the video shop. You had just sold out.
Yep.
So,
The year before. Yep.
yeah. Look, it's 15 years old. I'm going to be really super conservative with this. Probably more for Gow's benefit because I know where he sits. But I'm going to say 8. And we're going to start with you, G. Overs and unders, 8. Do you remember the first time you saw it?
Yeah. Last night.
It's an incredible
Actually, no,
story.
it wasn't last night. It was 2 nights ago.
Oh, well, that's
Um,
even
Saturday
better.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah.
That's the first time I've watched it, although there was a couple of scenes, particularly the one where they're in there and they find out that they don't have the safety net when he goes, oh, look, we're down 3 levels here and, you can't get out. If you die,
If you die, you're in limbo.
And I was like, I've seen this before. I don't know if it's come up on Facebook.
Okay.
Sometimes
like
you
a
get the
little
shorts
snippet. Yep.
or whether I've been,
Or it was in a
slipped into
dream.
a couple of hazy
Yeah, it
as
was
at
in a
home
dream.
and- yeah, it was in a dream. No,
You might have been incepted.
I
Yeah.
feel like I watched it when I'm half drunk. And I've seen
Okay.
this scene, but I haven't seen the whole
Yep.
movie.
Yep.
So maybe I fell asleep. But yeah, I haven't seen it at all. Didn't know the story.
Yep.
Yeah,
One.
one
Okay.
full.
Well done. Damien, now, this for me reeks of a Damo movie.
Yeah.
It's got all the hallmarks of. It's got a couple massive pluses, being a Nolan directed film and a Hans Zimmer score, and could be, and we'll get it later, could be his best score.
Could be. Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
Where do you sit, mate?
Well,
Overs and unders 8?
between about the years of 2010 and, I don't know, 2019, I literally didn't watch anything really. Didn't watch movies. I don't know why. I went to the movies every now and then and probably just, watched hired a few DVDs, but I've seen this 3 times.
Wow.
Yeah. I know I was late. The first time was only like maybe 2 or 3 years ago. First time.
Yeah.
And then I've watched it, twice since then.
Okay. All right. 3. Wow. Okay. I'm overs. I probably 12 to 15 times I think I've seen this. I saw this at Warriewood United Cinema on my own. Went for a solo movie venture. It was the day that it came out.
My own.
Yeah. Alone tonight. I saw it on my own, 10 a.m., first session, and was in the Grand Theatre.
Yeah.
And I did that because obviously in 2008, The Dark Knight came out.
Yep.
And then I was already in on Christopher Nolan anyway, but the fact that this was an original story, Christopher Nolan, Leonardo DiCaprio.
A few acres.
It could not go wrong.
Yeah.
Right. And I walked out of that movie not knowing what I had seen, but knowing that, oh my God, that was incredible.
Yeah.
And seeing it on the big screen, it was just everything added up to being a pretty special thing. All right, G-Man, why don't you tell us about Inception?
Your mind is the scene of the crime.
Oh, I like that.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It rhymes too.
Chris Angel, mind freakish. I'm going to run through a little bit of a synopsis here. This is more for our listeners, not for me, because I totally understand the movie.
Yeah, you would have that one.
But more for our listeners who may not have watched it for a while, just want to get an understanding, because it is a pretty in-depth storyline. Dom Cobb is a skilled thief, the absolute best in the dangerous art of extraction, stealing valuable secrets from deep within the subconscious during the dream state, when the mind is at its most vulnerable. Cobb's rare ability has made him a coveted player in this treacherous new world of corporate espionage, but has also made him an international fugitive and cost him everything he has ever loved. Now Cobb is being offered a chance at redemption. One last job could give him his life back, but only if he can accomplish the impossible. Inception. Instead of the perfect heist, Cobb and his team of specialists have to pull off the reverse. Their task is not to steal an idea, but to plant one. If they succeed, it could be the perfect crime. But no amount of careful planning or expertise can prepare the team for the dangerous enemy that seems to predict their every move. An enemy that only Cobb could have seen coming.
Incredible premise.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Incredible premise. The fact, and it takes some digesting.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. That sounds good because I know what the movie's about. But I think if you're reading that for the first time, you'd be going, "What the hell?"
So I knew roughly it was about, I knew it was about dream state. I knew it was something around. And I was watching on a Saturday afternoon, and you've got to watch it. It's not one you can just put on in the background and just not think about too much. And at the start, the first 15 minutes, I'm like, oh, this is going to be tough. I'm not going to get into this. I'm not going to like it. But after a little while, because it's not that hard a premise to get once you understand it, I was like, oh, this is really interesting. It's a very different story.
Original story, right? So we moan a lot that there's no originality in Hollywood. And the whole world does, to be honest. Like everything's a sequel, prequel, whatever, right? Yeah. So, but Nolan is an original storyteller. If you take away the Dark Knight trilogy, everything else, and Insomnia was a remake. But everything else he's done has been an original story. Yeah,
but I mean, you can see Freddy Krueger. You can see The Matrix. I can see Dark City in bits and pieces through this movie.
If you've not seen Dark City and you like Inception, go and watch Dark City.
That's what, changing the architecture, changing. They wake up and the buildings are all different. And they move like it's. There's a lot of similarities, and Nolan's pretty open about saying I get influence,
inspiration,
inspiration. So. But 100%, this is so unique, so original.
Yeah, and feels Bondish. Like there's
Well, it's on Her Majesty's Secret Service.
absolutely,
and that's what he based it on.
That's right. That's
obviously.
the third dream or whatever.
and
That's,
after this movie, the big push was Nolan to direct the new Bond. He's got to direct a Bond. He's got to direct a Bond. And I actually think he may have written a Bond because the rumor was that strong. I think he's actually might have started to pen one. And
he would be brilliant.
It would be an incredible Bond director. Incredible. Okay, well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to watch the trailer and then dissect that a little. Eventually.
There's one thing you should know about me. I specialize in a very specific type of security. Subconscious security.
You talking about dreams?
It's a pretty good trailer.
It is a good trailer, but I think I did see it, but it didn't get me to want to go and see it.
Yep.
Because like, God, that looks like it has a bit, probably too much weirdness.
Too much going on.
And yeah,
It didn't catch the premise very well, does it?
No.
Which is very hard.
No, but
because,
do you know, I think it's one of those trailers which are like, okay, we've got to show a lot, not say a lot.
yeah.
So they showed snippets of stuff, but they don't actually, because
You don't know what it is.
well, but what we've also complained about here on Born to Watch often is that
Too
the
much.
trailer
Too
gives
much.
too much
You're right.
away,
Yeah,
lifts the
absolutely.
skirt up.
Yeah.
What this does, just a little bit of the hem.
Yeah.
It shows a little bit of thigh. You don't see the drop tank.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
But most trailers now are full spadger.
They just give it away. But yeah, I know but I think it had this weirdness to it. I went, oh my God, is it a Jean-Luc Besson type thing?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
If you're into that style of movie, that would really appeal to you.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't get me. Obviously,
Yeah.
never seen it.
Yeah. Oh, and me neither till later.
Both of you are fucked.
Yes.
Anyway, critical thinking. IMDb rates Inception 8.8 out of 10. Fucking cockroach. Seriously.
Thongs there.
What kind of...
Missed.
Oh, well, let's start again. Critical thinking. IMDb rates Inception 8.8 out of 10, and it is number 14
Wow.
in the IMDb top 250.
Holy
movies.
crap.
So it is up there. Now, there's
He's got a couple up
He's
there,
got a
doesn't he?
couple.
The Dark Knight's up there.
Dark Knight's up there.
Interstellar would have to be up there. somewhere.
Interstellar's up there. Yeah. Certified fresh 87% tomato meter with a 91% popcorn meter.
Yeah.
So-
91%.
Universally loved.
Yep.
Hey man, good or bad review first?
Let's go with the bad review.
Bad review. Michelle Alexandria
Good
of
choice.
Eclipse magazine. It's hard to connect with a movie when it tries so hard to fool you. Is this a dream? Is it not? Is it a dream within a dream? Who cares? Just commit to something and get on with it. A crushing bore.
So someone who doesn't understand it,
Mm.
that's she's kind of exposed herself. Is actually I didn't get it.
Do you know what?
It wasn't that hard to understand.
I-
It's dream within a dream, and then there's a third layer. It's not that
But they
hard.
tell you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do.
There is an
There's still,
overload of exposition in this movie because it needs to
well, they
be,
explain it. Yeah.
but it's done the right
You know,
way.
She just needed to watch the Japanese version.
What's the Japanese
The
version?
Japanese version had a little
I
thing
did
in
too.
the corner that
corner.
told you what dream level they're in.
Oh,
One, two,
did it?
Yeah.
Radio.
So for people to follow it.
Okay.
That's all you needed.
Yeah.
I actually watching it, and obviously this is my 15th or 16th time watching it, but I had no problem following the story.
I didn't
but
either,
but
yeah.
I walked out of it watching it for the first time and went, oh yeah, I got that.
Yeah, but you'll still have questions of like, why is Sato so old in the beginning and
Yeah, that
Cobb's
threw
not
me.
that old? And
But
why is this?
after-
And why do they die there and they come out of the dreams earlier? Why can't they die in this one and then they go to limbo?
But they do explain
They
that.
do, but if you're not concentrating on every single word that comes out of their mouths, you can so easily miss key points.
That's what I mean. I was watching on Saturday night, and I was like, I don't know if
You're in the right
you've got to
state.
listen to everything.
do.
You've got to really be into it.
That's why I think you need 2 watches minimum, and maybe 3.
Well, you think at least 3.
Well, because I'm on 3.
Because you're on
Yeah.
3.
But I think the next time I watch it, I'll uncover so much more as well.
Yeah, it's incredible. A good review. Tom Long from the Detroit News.
Longshanks.
With its James Bond on acid action scenes and puzzle within a maze within a puzzle mind games, Inception is certainly the most daring and original blockbuster of the year, as well as a visual tour de force. If only it had a heart.
Oh, it certainly had a heart.
I think the
whole thing with his kids,
Cobb.
that was his motivation, was his family.
love is the motivation for Cobb, every decision he makes.
Yeah. But of the year, of the decade,
Yeah, for sure.
for originality,
Oh, it's an incredible film. Incredible film. All right, Gmo. Gmo.
Gmo.
All right, G-Man.
Gizmo.
Ordinary people. Now, massive cast.
Yeah, they're not going to go through the cast tonight. Not all of it, because look, just quickly on all the casts, I'll run through who's in it, but I thought everyone was pretty good in this movie.
This is an
Oh, yeah, hell
everyone,
Yeah.
rather they're in it for 5 minutes or the movie are 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Pete Postlethwaite, I think, is 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Michael Caine
right.
gets 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Yep.
Got massively billed and got 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And
He
that's
was in the preview.
but
Trailer.
the scene with Michael Caine and LDC in the college,
Yes.
where he goes, "You don't like your office, do you?" You learn so much about
Mm.
Yeah.
both of them
Yeah.
in that 1 minute.
Yeah.
Incredible.
But look, Joseph Gordon-Levitt,
Yeah.
I thought he was really good in this movie.
He is.
There's a question I have in question time, which
Okay.
I'm really interested to get your feedback on.
Okay. But Tom Hardy, obviously.
Another
also
one.
Murphy.
Yep.
Marion Cotillard.
Mm.
Michael Caine. Lucas Haas was in there. Tom
Yeah,
Berenger.
he was. Yeah, it's a massive cast.
Tom, oh, yeah. What's his name? What's his name in Major League? Jake.
Jake. Yeah.
Yeah. But I thought a very good ensemble cast. Obviously, LDC is the main character, but I don't think he overtakes this movie. It's not based all around him.
No.
There's a very good posse of people around him.
Yeah,
Mm.
definitely. Everyone in the team.
Mm.
Ellen Page actually gets a pretty big run in this.
She's.
she
I
does.
think she's almost second.
She is
She's
because
almost second billing.
she's the one that is the only one that actually understands what Cobb's
Yeah.
going through.
Yeah.
And but like the whole thing too, like talk about the Batman reunion. Or no,
Batman
but-
Rises movie.
yeah, the reunion. Like there's like 4 or 5 actors in that.
Yeah.
just
Well, there's Cotillard, Hardy, Caine,
Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy.
I
think there's Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. That's 5,
That's
and then
5.
Ken Watanabe's in Batman Begins.
Yep.
Like
Dilip Rao.
Dilip.
Yep.
Dilip.
it's amazing
He's in
how many
Avatar.
Nolan loves.
He loves who he loves.
He gets his crew, and he just keeps hiring them again.
Now, it is interesting. So, Cobb, obviously, it's one of the more complex characters that Leonardo DiCaprio has ever played.
Yeah.
Right? He is exceptional in this movie.
Yeah, he's really good. I thought he was great. As I said, it didn't sound to me as one of his best. I think if you look at something like The Departed,
Yeah.
where he is playing an undercover agent, like
I think he's. I honestly think he's better in this.
way
than-
better in that. Like I just think that the spirit he brings to that movie.
Yeah.
Here he's great.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
He's generally he's pretty hard. He's pretty bloody good now.
That's what I mean. Like it's a high bar.
I think the highest for him was 14 Fists of McCluskey.
You got a real thing for 14 Fists of McCluskey.
That's where he's peaked.
Yeah.
But the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is just unbelievably
Yeah.
good. He's so good in this.
Look, and we're covering a lot of stuff. I've got some
All right.
really good questions in
Okay.
question time.
Do we have anything else? Was Damo doing anything for?
Well, I'd like Damo. Now, as important as the cast and the director is to this film, the star of the show almost could be the score and the soundtrack, right?
Yep, yep.
Now, this is a movie apart from the one Edith Piaf song
Yes, the
that
French
is
one. Yep.
all score.
Yeah.
There are no needle drops. There is nothing. Now, Damo, you and I, about a month ago now.
Yep.
God, it's already
It
been
is
a month ago.
right?
Yep. We went to Brisbane Entertainment Centre to see Hans Zimmer live.
Yep.
And it blew me away.
Unbelievable.
And the first
First
song
song
was
Mombasa.
Mombasa, which
Yeah.
is from Inception.
Yep.
Right now,
from the scene in Mombasa.
yeah. Now, you're going to talk a little bit about maybe I think you might have something on Hans Zimmer.
Well, Hans. So yeah, look, I mean, seeing him live, the catalog that he had, which was only like a small percent, like of his total catalog. So he had Pirates of the Caribbean, Wonder Woman, Superman, Lion King, Interstellar, Inception, the Dark Knight trilogy, June. There was so much amazing stuff this guy's done. So, like, I listen to Hans Zimmer all the time, especially like the Dark Knight trilogy is my favorite. But in all fairness, he co-wrote that with James Newton Howard. So it's not just specifically Hans on his own. This one, though, at that concert, my favorite part of it was the Dark Knight. My second favorite part was probably the Lion King.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Then this, because they played Mombasa at the beginning. He played Time as the encore,
the very last final
song.
Yeah.
So for him to play that as the last song, it obviously means a lot to him, to everyone. Actually, another movie that mentioned, Gladiator. Like Gladiator is considered probably one of his best. But so Hans started in he was in the Buggles. Video Killed the Radio Star, and he's in their film clip. You can see him there as like in 79, something like that.
Great song.
Yeah. So
I heard you on the wireless back in '62.
Yeah, hold your nose and sing that. And then he started doing some TV work and everything. But I told you guys the other week, he actually did the score for the Netflix that thing. It's amazing to think like they actually get someone in to write that 2-second piece.
They don't get someone in to write it.
Oh, they get
Hans
Zimmer.
guy in to write
Get
it.
Hans Zimmer frame straight in there.
Yeah. So he's just like Hollywood royalty now. Yeah. He is fantastic, and this score for Inception, it probably is, excluding the Dark Knight because that's James Newton Howard as a solo one. This is my favorite Hans Zimmer score for sure.
I think this is incredible. Interstellar is amazing.
Oh, it is, yeah.
And I got to say, I've listened since probably 6 weeks out from probably the last 3 months I've started to listen to a lot of Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
When I'm working, when I'm in the car. The one almost that I go back to is the Pirates when it pulls in, mate. But the build up to that,
it is fantastic,
so incredible.
Yeah,
but like on our socials, I use a lot of the Interstellar music.
Yeah,
there's a cornfield chase.
Oh,
mate,
with the big pipe organ sound, it's unbelievable.
But it's what I noticed seeing him live was just the clarity within the wall of sound.
Yeah,
and here he developed. They called this the Brahm. In this, which is that real droning, which is to symbolize time, right?
Yeah.
And he developed this especially, and apparently, him and Christopher Nolan developed it. So Nolan Nolan wrote it on the page in the script, and then actually sat with Zimmer and said, "This is what I'm thinking."
You
make it sound. He goes, "You make it sound," and so they worked it out, and it is mind-blowing.
It is. Just go onto Spotify, type in Inception or Interstellar, and just listen to the soundtrack. Just listen to that score.
And if you've not listened to any Zimmer, you don't know what we're talking about. Just go and listen to Time from Inception. And I know Damo is really fond of Mombasa, which is incredible.
That drums is
but in terms of, Mombasa is a lot of drums, right? It's a lot of percussion and stuff. But Time it's
a beautiful piece.
A beautiful piece of music.
Yeah.
And it's the same as the Interstellar music, beautiful pieces of music. Yeah. But, the Wonder Woman theme. It is just, and everything's played on cellos and stand-up cellos and violins.
So he combines orchestra and a rock band, basically.
And
he's the only one that really does it to that sort of level.
Yeah. So there we go. I think he has now elevated. This is royalty. Zimmer has become royalty, and he is already. But now that we are doing another movie where he has done the score, we were lucky enough to see him live.
Yeah.
He's been crowned.
Definitely. Oh, mate, I can't wait for him to come out again. Probably another 7-8 years. Who knows?
We'll go.
Oh, for sure.
We'll go for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely. Well done, Hans Zimmer, and a cracking cast.
Yep.
Director, cast, score, top of the shelf.
Yeah.
2000 and G-Man. No, sorry. Got any budget box office? Any awards?
I do. Look. domestically 292.5 million. Internationally, 547 million for a total of 839 million.
Okay.
Incredible.
Budget of get this. I know it's 2010, $160 million. That's the budget.
It's costs, yeah.
Now you look at everything that's in there and all
It's all practical effects,
all
man.
practical effects, but still, there's a lot in there. It's a long movie.
Big cast. Like you
Big
paint,
cast.
like it'd be interesting to see what Leonardo DiCaprio got paid for this.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was heaps.
Did 63 million opening weekend. Opened in nearly 4,000 theaters, 8.2 weeks, so standard run. 2010, it brought it into number 5 for the year.
Yep.
All right. Top movies for the year: Toy Story 3, $1 billion.
It's a very good Toy Story. That
Alice in
And
Wonderland.
Number
have
3.
Have you seen Toy Story 3?
No.
There is a scene. There's a scene in Toy Story 3 where the toys are on a conveyor belt and they're going to burn in a furnace.
All right.
I
Like in Mannequin.
bawled my fucking eyes
Oh,
out.
did you?
No, I'm telling you,
Uh,
if you've not seen Toy Story 3, watch Toy Story 3. Could be the best of the Toy Stories.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Toy Story 4 not so good.
Toy Story
Toy Story 3 is very good.
And you cried.
A good ending. Like it would have been a great trilogy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But look, Toy Story 3, number 1. Then you got Alice in Wonderland, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Shrek Forever After, Inception at 5, and then back into Twilight Saga,
Oh.
Iron Man 2. So that's the kind of movies that are out.
It's the only original
2010.
idea, right?
Yep.
In the top 6 that you've just mentioned there.
Yeah.
But look, that year, The King's Speech cleaned up.
Oh, yeah.
Shouldn't have.
Best
But
Picture,
anyway.
Best Director, Best Actor for Colin Firth, Best Original Screenplay. Natalie Portman was Best Actress for The Black Swan.
Great movie.
Oh,
Um,
Lezo scene.
Christian Bale got Best Supporting Actor for
Fighter.
Dickie Eklund, yeah.
Yeah.
The Fighter.
Great
And
movie.
Melissa Leo actually got Best Supporting Actress.
She's excellent in
She's
the Fighter.
unreal.
Yeah.
So that rounds all of that out.
Very nice. Well done, G-Man. We're firing on all cylinders here tonight. 2010 hit, sleeper, and dud. And I've got the hit for a change. I've gone deep, and I've gone something that I think that people should watch that they may not have watched. It's called Edge of Darkness. Stars Mel Gibson,
Oh.
Ray Winstone, Danny Houston, and the Aussie girl, Bojana Novakovic.
Okay. Sounds
Right.
really.
She's
yeah.
very Australian.
Yeah, it's
Directed
Serbian.
Directed by Martin Campbell, who directed GoldenEye and Casino Royale, amid some other things as well. As homicide detective Thomas Craven, great name. Tom Craven. Good name.
Yeah.
Not Eric Draven
Yeah.
from The Crow.
Yep. The Crow. Yep.
Investigates the murder of his activist daughter. He uncovers a corporate cover-up and a government conspiracy that attracts an agent tasked with cleaning up the evidence. This is exceptional. It was an 80s BBC English series. It's about 4 or 5 episodes, and they've condensed it into a 2-hour 10 movie. It's really good.
Yeah. I've never heard of it.
It's good. Edge of Darkness, Mel Gibson, just before he becomes a serious pest and gets cancelled.
Yeah.
It's good. It's well worth a watch. G-Man, you have The Sleeper.
Sleeper, one we already mentioned, The Fighter.
Yep.
Great movie. I know we've talked about it before, but Christian Bale is amazing in this movie, as they all are.
Marky Mark's pretty good in it too.
Marky Mark's awesome in it. What's her name as the girlfriend?
Amy.
Amy
What is
Adams?
her name? Amy Adams.
Amy
Yep.
Adams. Oh, unbelievable. Yeah, really good. Fantastic movie. It's a hardcore movie, obviously, but I remember watching it
True
and
story.
just thinking, wow, like what a well-written sort of story.
Great movie.
How good is Amy Adams in that Between Two Ferns?
Yeah. She's great in everything.
Between Two Ferns is one of the greats.
I want you to say this line with as much gravitas as you possibly can.
It's so funny. But another Marky Mark movie, just to throw it out, and on the complete opposite end is The Other Guys.
That's pretty funny with
That's
Will
a funny
Ferrell.
movie. That's my other sleeper.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what it is? Will Ferrell's movies are either I reckon they're in 3 things.
Right.
Exceptional to begin with, like Step Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you are going to and Anchorman.
Yeah.
Then there's going to be ones like The Other Guys, Talladega Nights,
yep.
where it takes a few watches for you to really.
Blades of Glory.
Yeah.
Well, I think Blades of Glory is in the first one.
Yeah,
It's fucking amazing, right? But then you
Michaels.
and then you got shit. You got ones that aren't actually
Oh,
funny,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Anchorman 2, which is a travesty.
Mm.
That one, The Other Guys, is one if you watch it a few times, you are going to cack yourself.
I was watching a thing the other night about Anchorman that said that they have so much unused footage.
Yeah.
They had made another movie.
Wow. I would
Complete other
imagine.
movie of just all out.
Yeah, because it was
all the
like
outtakes.
five punchlines for every sort of scene.
Yeah. It's all just ad libbing.
Well, the best part of Anchorman 2 is the outtake of
Oh,
I
yeah.
pleasured
Ejaculate.
myself. Yeah, frothy ejaculate. Feel this.
Yeah.
Doesn't
But
it feel like a cock?
The other
Paul
guys
Rudd just laughed his head off.
The other guy's fantastic, funny movie with them. Eva Mendes, unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
God.
Who's this girl?
Mark Wahlberg is just like besotted.
Who is she really?
Yeah.
He's
love
Damien
you.
Damien Cockburn's in it.
Damien Cockburn, isn't it? He's
Yeah.
the baddie.
Yeah.
Dr. Sheila Gamble.
He gives them the tickets. You know, oh, would you guys like to go to courtside at the Knicks?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well done,
And,
G.
And Captain Gene.
Oh,
Captain
of course.
Oh, that was
Gene.
Michael Keaton, was,
Keaton.
and he kept quoting like
Yeah,
Pointer Sister
TLC.
song.
He was
Oh,
like,
that was TLC.
Just
Yeah,
don't
that's
go
it.
chasing waterfalls.
Yeah,
guys.
that's right.
Seriously?
Damo, you have the dud.
Yeah, well, we have to do that, other guys.
It is
Michael
funny, man.
Keaton is so funny that
Michael Keaton is amazing.
because he's also doing charity work or something.
Yeah, he works at Home Depot.
He's at the Home Depot.
They get here. Hey guys, what are you doing here? Hey, Captain Gene.
On the dud, I've gone for, and I think I've mentioned it before. I'll tell you, this one has got a sneaky good score, which I listened to. It's by Mark Strattonfield. But this movie is Robin Hood, the Russell Crowe Robin Hood.
Oh God,
It's like
I saw it.
it's a
I
prequel.
saw it at the movies.
Yeah, it's a prequel to how Robin became, wanted by Lord Loxley or whatever. Or I mean, the
Sheriff of
the
Nottingham.
Nottingham. Yeah, because he pretends to be Robin of Loxley and ends up hanging out with Maid Marian, who was Kate Blanchett. But at the end, they turned Kate Blanchett, Maid Marian, into a knight who came into battle with them on the beach.
Yeah.
It was such shit. It was such a shit movie.
It was not good.
But the music is really, it's phenomenal.
Really?
It's fantastic. Yep. Yep.
Mm.
It's in one of my playlists too. It's Mark Strattonfield.
Is this brooding like good looking Russell? Or is this
Yeah.
Money Russell?
He's on the back end.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's on the
right,
back
he's on
end.
the-
Yeah,
he's on the
he's
back
on the
end.
downhill slide.
It's like 20. It's not. It's around this time.
It's
2010.
Yeah, well,
Mate,
it's
It's a hit sleeve of dud.
Yeah. No, Robin Hood. Yeah, it's out in 2010. It's out in 2010.
Yeah, that's right. He
Oh,
knows how
mate.
it works.
I don't understand why people aren't giving you more accolades. I
Fuck,
don't get it.
Well, hey, I've got a lot to do on this fucking show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Question time. You all get fucked. Do we think Inception could be possible?
No.
Okay.
Sharing dreams with people, like you sort of you get hooked up next to each other.
That's bullshit, Damo. Darth Vader did it. Yoda did it. These are not the droids you're
Oh,
looking for.
yeah, right.
These are
That's
not
the
droids.
Force.
Well,
It's Inception. Putting thoughts in their head.
where you go and meet in a dream, sort of thing. It might be possible if you
Okay.
kind of linked up. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going with a maybe, a hard maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Where does Christopher Nolan sit in the hierarchy of modern directors? Now, I'm going to give you a few here. Denis Villeneuve. So June. David Fincher.
Mm.
Paul Thomas Anderson. Boogie Nights. The Master. There Will Be Blood. Catherine Bigelow. Hurt Locker. Zero Dark 30. Greta Gerwig. Little Women. Just recently did Barbie. Joel and Ethan Coen. Is Christopher Nolan the best we've got at the moment? Is he the best going around?
Without a doubt, for me.
Why don't you put someone like James Cameron in there?
Yeah, but he's a bit older. So I mean,
In the
like we're
current
talking
crop.
about
Current
current
crop,
crop of directors. Like, okay, yeah, love James Cameron. For the last 20 years, all he's done is make fucking Avatar,
Yeah, fair enough.
right? So same as like could have put QT in there as well, but left him out.
But just look at the last 15 years of
Oh, it's incredible filmography.
yeah, it's just
Yeah, it's
unbelievable.
What were
Different
your thoughts?
stories too.
What were your thoughts on Oppenheimer?
Yeah, well, you know what? Oppenheimer was probably overrated, but it was obviously he once again he just does things differently.
Yeah.
Here's the story, but he changes it. And he just does things differently.
Yeah,
He's so
okay.
unique, creative. He takes risks.
Unique, New York.
Yes.
Unique,
Red
New-
leather, yellow leather.
Okay, is this the most normal we have ever seen Tom Hardy in a movie? Because generally he plays
Mad Max.
well, Max,
Bane.
Bane, in Legend where he plays the Cray twins,
Cray brothers, yeah.
Venom. Like he plays very
He-
odd characters.
Yeah.
He's always got and for every movie he does, he's a bit of a chameleon. He's got different accents. He's
He's
in The
he's
Revenant.
Alfie in Peaky Blinders.
Yep.
That's a fully over the top character. He
And
does
so-
do the over the top characters a lot,
But
and the broody tough guys.
I think this is as close. This could be as close to actual Tom Hardy as
Yeah.
has ever been on film.
Yeah.
He's kicking butt though on that third level in the snow.
I love him.
He's just he's so good at that
He's
level.
so good.
Yeah. But he's good.
You know,
he is good.
I like Tom Hardy as an actor. He's very
Yeah.
good.
He's good. I like him. Okay. Does Ariadne have any business going into Cobb's dream?
Yeah, because their lives are on the line, and she knows he's keeping secrets, and she's going like, you know what, mate, you're going to put my life in danger. I need to know what the hell what you're keeping secrets from us.
And then when she goes down to the basement,
Yeah,
you reckon that's okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine with it because she was 100% correct, because he was a loose end and a loose cannon going into the whole thing, and she was the only one that could probably.
Yeah, he's put all of their lives at risk.
That's right.
And hasn't told them, and
Yeah.
she's saying what she knows.
Yeah.
That's something, and she doesn't. She wants to know.
Well,
exactly what's
I
in the
guess
basement.
also is that she's the only outsider.
Yeah.
So everyone else is too close to
She's
it.
a newbie, yeah.
So like you've got Joseph Gordon-Levitt is his best mate, essentially, too close to it.
Business partner, yeah.
Tom Hardy has worked with him before, too close to it. So yeah, I guess
But, and may not understand too, but they'd be like a bit more. Whereas she's probably got a little bit more of a heart and probably
She's
a bit more concerned.
Yeah,
definitely
okay.
super smart. Definitely the super smartest of the group.
It's an unusual name, Ariadne.
It's Greek.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
It's a pretty cool name though.
it means ye with very small hips.
It would have
Yeah.
to. Yeah, she's very small.
She's tiny.
Ye with waffish features.
Mm. I reckon she's a 5'1".
I reckon she weighs 37 kilos in
probably.
this movie.
Yeah.
She has she shops at Target Kids.
Yeah.
And those clothes are falling off her. Her pants are falling off.
Yeah.
Not the good falling off,
Yeah.
where you're like, oh, pants are falling off. No, they just can't stay up.
Yeah. No, she's tiny.
All right. Is this peak Nolan? Is this the best that he's been?
I reckon it is. I reckon.
Now, you are a massive Dark Knight Rises guy,
Oh well.
right?
Yeah.
And this comes after. Dark Knight Rises comes after
I
this.
prefer, all the Dark Knight trilogy, but this,
As a piece-
I'd have to say no. But this is different. This in a
But,
way.
okay, so
yeah.
as a piece of art and as a piece of cinema, I think this is the best he's been.
Mm.
I don't think he's come close to this since. I think that whilst Dark Knight Rises is great, Interstellar is great, Tenet is good, but overly confusing.
Memento?
Memento is great, but it's still like it.
I quite like the Prestige too. That was
Oh, the
good
Prestige is
story.
amazing.
That was around this
Good
time
story.
too.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
amazing.
like he's just dished us some.
Yeah.
Everything is thought provoking,
Quality.
complex, risky.
Yeah.
Everything.
He's unbelievable. Okay, I'm gonna just say yes. This is peak.
Yeah.
Okay, now here's a question. Now we talked about how all the cast is on song. Now, as I was watching this, it's hard not to draw parallels to James Bond. It's got that very espionage James Bond sort of. Leonardo DiCaprio could very well be James Bond, right?
Yep.
Now, after watching it, is there anyone out of this movie that you would go, yeah, I could cast him as James Bond?
Tom Hardy, I could. Cillian Murphy, you probably could. He's a bit more Pierce Brosnan.
Joseph, I think that out of this movie, you got Leo.
Yeah.
I think he could.
Yeah.
He's almost playing him here.
Yeah.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yep.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Cillian Murphy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you really look at it, and you want to play maybe an old James Bond,
Michael Caine.
Berenger.
Oh, right.
Berenger. A bit of a stodgy Bond. But
I could see
The
I could see Tom Hardy doing it. But
Definitely.
Mate,
Tom Hardy.
Cillian Murphy, if you're ever watching Peaky Blinders, plays that dual personality so well, where he's a very smart with it gangster, but he also has that other side where he can turn.
Yeah.
Mental
So
case.
yeah, like I can sort of see him doing that because he can play the very rational person quite
Yeah.
well.
I think Tom Hardy would be from this movie would be a
Oh,
great
yeah.
James Bond.
Bloody
Tom
oath.
Hardy would be good, yeah.
All right. We often refer to Tom Cruise as the last great movie star here on Born to Watch. What does that make Leonardo DiCaprio?
Oh, he's a movie star.
Because but if we look at Tom Cruise and Leonardo DiCaprio, and let's say they are the two biggest stars on the planet, which they probably are, right? The difference in their careers, Tom Cruise has been a big popcorn
Yeah.
blockbuster guy.
Yep.
Leo takes a lot of risks,
Yeah.
right? And Leo,
More dramas.
more
kind of,
dramas,
as opposed to action.
more dramas.
Yeah.
Does this make him more of that old school Hollywood star, like your Bogarts and your, you know what I mean? Does it make it, whereas you've got Tom Cruise, which is this big action extravaganza guy, and he's really, I think he's going to be remembered for the stunts, Tom Cruise.
So that's pretty bloody good movies.
Oh, no, don't get me wrong.
I think the slight difference is they both came in early, but Tom Cruise came in as maybe as a late teenager, some of the movies, but well known for his early 20 movies, whereas Leonardo DiCaprio was a kid actor.
He built,
child actor. And then you've definitely got two realms with him where he was an actor in this realm and when he was a serious actor, in the next realm of his career.
The delineation for DiCaprio is Titanic. So you have got pre-Titanic and post-Titanic.
Yeah.
So everything he does, I think, after Titanic is quite calculated about making him the biggest star on the planet.
Well, I just think he takes more adult roles. Like he that's where he goes
Yeah.
from a kid, like kid, adult, youth, adolescent, whatever you want to say, to a serious,
and then and we have
talented actor.
and we talked about it in the Blood Diamond podcast.
He
Is
was
that year
unbelievable in that.
with Departed and Blood Diamond
Yeah.
is the year where he becomes a man
Yeah.
in front of our very eyes and becomes, oh shit,
Yeah.
Yeah. he
like,
was-
this guy's something different now.
But in saying that, Tom Cruise is a freak show, but as an actor, amazing.
I've forgotten all the freak show stuff now. I'm
But
so
just
beyond
as an
that.
actor, but you just look at the Hustle, not the Hustle, the Color of Money.
Yeah, mate, he's a freak.
A Few Good Men.
Yeah.
Like he's a fantastic actor.
No, I love him.
Fantastic
He's
actor.
incredible.
Tropic Thunder.
Tropic.
Thunder. Yeah, I mean that's just him not playing Tom Cruise for the one time.
Love it. Love it. Okay. I like that. Okay. Last question. Personal answer. Is Cobb dreaming or in reality at the end? Gow, seeing it once.
I think he's in reality at the end because his wife's dead. He's coming home to the kids, right? She's not there, and he knows that. And in the end, he's down in the third level, and he stays. And then she's like, "Stay with me," and he's like, "No, because I know you're a dream." And I know, like, he struggled to get away from that, and he knew he had to go
Fourth
get
level.
Sato. Yeah, he had to go and find Sato.
Yeah.
To get him back. And I think that's when I think he's out of the dream.
Okay.
I think he hasn't had the kids. He's watched the video of the kids, but he's never seen the face. He never turned the face around because
The first time you see the faces at the end of the kids.
I think that's
Yep.
why. And his dad comes and gets him. No, that's the only time he can go back to the US. And that whole plan hinges on Sato not dying because Sato's got to make the phone call. Like
To
when
get
he
him
wakes up and he goes straight on the phone.
Yep.
I didn't click straight away and he gets straight on the phone. I was like, what's he doing? I was like, if he doesn't call him,
Get him into
he
immigration.
doesn't get through immigration.
Yeah.
He's in jail for the rest of his life.
Okay.
But that's Nolan. He wants you to think at the end. That's why they spun that top.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the
it
very
just-
end,
it-
you're not sure if it's
yeah,
going to
a little
fall.
bit of a
That's it.
A
wobble.
little bit of a
Yeah.
wobble.
And that's what Nolan wants you to go away and then think. And he doesn't want to just give it to spoon feed you the answer, work it out. But for me, he's in the real world.
Yeah.
He's in the real because, well, there's multiple things because the top is not his totem. The top is his wife's totem.
Yes. No, but he uses
No,
his.
his totem is his wedding ring.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
He spins the totem.
He does. But his totem's the wedding ring. Now watch it. You watch his left hand. Every time he's in a dream, he's got his wedding ring on. When he's in reality, he doesn't have it on. That's his
okay,
totem.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So but that's Nolan because everyone has their own individual totem and they don't tell him who it is. This is his wife's totem, and
he's holding onto the totem because
and
it's her.
Gordon Joseph Levitt, he's got his dice. What is
Ariadne has the the chess piece.
right? But he doesn't say what his totem is. His totem is his wedding ring.
Yeah.
And at the end, you can see just very quickly when he spins the totem, he sees left hand, and I'm looking for it. He doesn't have the wedding ring on. But if you look at all the dreams, he's got his wedding ring on.
So I went deep on this.
Yeah.
And there's an interview with Christopher Nolan.
Yep.
And he says, it doesn't matter.
True.
Well, that's it. But that's it, right?
And he
So
says, for Cobb,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's exactly what Damo says, because I'm
Yeah.
going to go, yeah, he's in the real world, but I'm not surprised. He's not like
No,
that.
no,
That's
I-
my thought.
yeah.
My thought is he's in the real world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that spinning top is wobbling to go and
wobbling
it
to
cuts
fall.
before it falls.
Yeah, but he wants you to think, like maybe. But the other thing too, I did see that Michael Caine was interviewed. That basically part of the job was like Michael Caine's in the real world. Every scene, Michael Caine's in the real world.
Yeah.
And that's sort of like you go, oh, okay, rightio. So, but you know, the amount of this is like a bloody Kubrick film, like The Shining. You see something different, and you see it's like, oh,
100%.
that's
But
there.
you're
Oh,
right,
that's
David,
there.
he wants you to do that. And so here we are all debating it. Whereas another movie
Yes.
goes, no, that's the end. This is what happened.
That's what, and you talk about it, and then you talk to your friends about it. Oh, maybe this. You got to go and see it. You have to go and see this movie. You have to
100%.
go and work this out.
100%.
And that's
it's
why
like, it's like the old Western Shane.
Shane, come back.
No, Shane.
Is he dead at the end?
Well, yeah, shot, and he goes on the horse, and he's over the horse.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you
yeah.
don't know, has he died because he slumps? And they're like, did he die? And some people say, yeah, he did, and
He
others
died.
say, no, he didn't. Like, you know, but there is that, like,
Yeah,
did he
yeah,
or
yeah.
not? Like,
But but that it was good to have it that finish where let's cut back to the top spinning, let's have it wobble,
Mm.
and,
And then
black gone. Inception.
Yeah.
yeah, that's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Well done, gentlemen. Good set of questions there. Good interaction
He is,
between us.
he is
I
looking
liked it.
himself out.
And more. I mean the collaboration of the
All
questions.
right.
Good interaction
Yes.
between us. Now, born to watch only fans. A little bit quiet this week, which is
We had
okay. 'cause
Strangles
we've had
the
a
week
bit on.
before.
Strangles the week
With
before,
his
fucking
10
up his
takes.
voicemail.
Old one take Strangles.
Yeah, and there was a funny thing was someone left a little comment on YouTube with one of the reels we did about the never-ending story with Will last week,
Oh yeah.
and someone asked, "What's the name of the guy in the bottom screen? He looks like a famous Dutch actor." Now I thought he said famous Dutch rudder, but I don't know who the Dutch
who
rudder.
was in the bottom left screen?
It was Will.
was the
We're
work
talking
experience
about
kid.
Will. Not sure. Definitely not Dolph Lundgren, and definitely not any other
Oh,
Dutch people.
Peter
that I
Van
can
den
think
Hoogen band.
of. Definitely not Peter Van den Hoogen.
Could have
band.
been.
Anyway, look,
People
people,
get a ruin.
a really good time to maybe not push pause, keep listening, but when this episode's over, share it to your friends, share it to someone in your family. You know, if you're loving what we're doing, it's been 3 years now. We are legitimate.
Far out.
Share it. Share the love. Get the podcast out there. Get on the socials. Like and share one of our posts. Put it on your stories. We're all in this together, people.
Yeah.
You know, we do this for love, not money.
Yep. Otherwise, we'll come into your dreams. Well, why don't we just go in everyone's dreams? Put a little. You know
Plant
what
a
you need to do. Yeah, you need to listen to this podcast.
Plain as seed.
So yeah, we could start visiting some dreams.
And don't forget, you can go to borntowatch.com.au to listen to all of our episodes, and you can even leave us a voicemail or an email.
Abuse, probably.
Abuse
It's
us, we don't
directed at
care.
me too, obviously. You know,
You,
you're not number one hated.
I don't think you are. Morgs is definitely number one hated, and that's just by us.
Like, I'm quite happy with any title.
Absolutely. People, it is time for the good, the bad, and the ugly, brought to you by our great mates at Gage Road Brew Company. G-Man, you're still loving the Gage Roads?
Love it.
Okay.
Love a hazy.
Love a hazy.
Get a hazy down.
Single fin. Luke broke into one of the cases, and please, I need you guys to
did he?
take some piss home tonight.
Oh, okay.
Please do. It's just
Bloody
sitting there
Luke.
getting some dust. It is good Aussie piss. Check them out, Gage Roads. You'll love it. We do.
Mhm.
The good. We're going to start with you, G-Man, as the one watcher. What do you got?
Well, some things you've already hit on. I thought the story, as we said earlier, was really good. It rolled out really well. It's complex, but I think they do a good job of explaining it so that you understand. halfway through the movie, you're not sort of getting late into it and not really knowing how it works.
Yep.
I was quite happy to go, yep, we're in the first layer, second layer, third layer of the dream here. Now we're in trouble because we can't get out if we die. Sato's in a lot of trouble here.
Yep.
Your head goes to mush, all of that. I thought the action scene's really good. I love the slow-mo. I think the way they interacted, the time lapse was really good. Yeah, they go from, we're in the third, we've got 10 minutes here, or we've got 2 minutes here, that means we've got 10 minutes here, 60 minutes. And I was like, oh, okay, so while the whole time the van's backing off the bridge,
Exactly.
that's all the time they've really got. But in the other worlds, they've got extrapolated. So I think that's really good. I thought that worked really, really well.
That's a cool scene, the van scene.
Yeah, that whole thing.
That is really fucking cool.
I would have woken up, I'd say.
Look, the other thing I want to
They were
say
very
is that,
deep with the sedative. It's a heavy sedative.
Leonardo DiCaprio was cast, and he was the only one they really had as the main actors.
Right, they got the one,
right?
Yep.
Then he spent months with Sir Christopher Nolan. So we talked to him about him earlier about, is he the last Hollywood actor, the last one. So Nolan said he made some extraordinary contributions to the script and really challenged me to make the script clear, but also to follow its interior logic and really be true to the essence of the characters and the rules we set out. Nolan's wife and producing partner, Emma Thomas, said that the work DiCaprio did on his character with Chris made the movie less of a puzzle and more of a story of a character audience could relate to.
Okay, well, that's good input.
I was like, so he's not just turning up going, film me.
Dialing it in.
Give me the script.
I'm hot and I'm here.
Yeah.
He's
contributing.
Contributing to that, and adding to the movies. I think that's amazing.
True collaboration.
Apart from his on-screen performance, that behind it as well.
Yeah,
So.
oh, good on him.
It does, I think, sit on the knife edge. It could fall into the ludicrous.
Yes.
Very easily, this movie. And it balances on the knife edge, I think, all the way through. Which is all to do with the performances, really.
Yep.
Is that it, G?
Yep.
Okay. Damo. Good.
Look, obviously the score, we've already discussed that. The complexity of this movie, it's so thought-provoking. It's just not leave your brain at the door, sort of go and watch it. It's, and it challenges you, and so you do enjoy it.
Yeah.
Just trying to watch it. But as Gow was talking about, it's the editing. And I said this with The Edge of Tomorrow. The editing in that was brilliant. But the editing in this, to keep the timelines relative, because you've actually got 5 stories. You got the plane, then the 3 dreams, and then you got Limbo. You got 5 stories, basically all in the same time frame. And they edit it so that you know the timing of each layer in sequence. You know where, okay, you know that they're in layer 1, you know where they are in layer 2, you know where that means they're in layer 3. And it's incredible the way that they've edited it so that you actually, the timing is all, makes perfect sense, how it works out there. And also, there are rules. And that's why I think it doesn't go ludicrous, because there are rules within going into dreams in dreams. Like, for instance, the subconscious. Your subconscious is dangerous. Like in the opening scene there's that riot happening because old mate, the other guy who got killed or by Cobol or whatever, just touching my face. There we go. It was his dream. And he had that riot was coming closer and closer. That was his subconscious.
Yeah.
They knew there was something in there.
Well, the other characters know that he's in there.
Yeah, and the subconscious when they started attacking Ellen Page.
Yeah.
In Leo's dream.
Yeah.
Well, it was her dream, but Leo was the subject. So his
projections.
but they give you these rules, right? Also, you're in a dream, but you don't know how you got there. You're just in like the opening. He wakes up in the middle of a beach.
Yeah.
Right? What's going on? But it's just like a dream. You don't know how you got there, but you just continue on. And that's how the movie started.
Yeah.
It was in that exact same way. It's like, hang on, what the hell?
Yeah.
So it was the same thing. You just woken up. He's just in the middle of a dream.
I thought it was really poignant when he says that to Ariadne. And he's like, say you're in a dream. And because you think it's real there. And then you're like, she's like,
yes.
I don't remember it. And she's like, am I in a dream now? Like,
and the rules. And he's explaining it.
Yeah, he brings it out and you go,
Yes.
oh, wow. Okay,
That's why I
got
think
it.
they
Yeah.
explain these rules really well so that you then knew the stakes.
But it's such hidden exposition all the way through.
Yeah, I
the movie.
know.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he goes, is this a real place? Do not build real places because then you lose touch with reality.
Exactly that.
Right. So
exactly.
and I'm like, fuck, that's smart.
He goes, I remember this place. Yeah.
Which is when you go to Limbo which
Yes.
is when you go to limbo, it's all real places,
That's right.
right? Because
Yeah.
they're lost.
I know that it is. So I think just having all those things, where
Yeah.
and they've listed it through, it kept it in this framework, which was pretty cool.
Well, I also like in touching on that, the fact that he's like, here's Cobb, who's an expert at doing this and gets into people's dreams and gets this stuff out. And the subconscious is so strong that he can't control it.
No, he
He can't control all that
And
stuff
they
that goes
explain
in
that
there.
as well. He can't control her.
Yeah, and so he's got her in there and he can't control it. And that's why she starts coming. He sees the kids and it's like, that's how strong it is. He can't just. It's not just a web that he's got control of.
Yeah.
He's got to be super careful because he's got the demons.
That's right, and that's why he confessed, or she
But-
saw about it.
I also love that we don't discover the demons until 85% into the movie,
Yeah.
when we find out why he is
Yep.
so tortured and so conflicted, and why he knows that Inception works.
That's right, exactly,
right?
because he did.
So
it to
he
her.
knows.
That's even 90% in, isn't
It's
it?
so deep in,
Yeah, I
and
know.
it is the biggest. It's up there with I See Dead People.
Yeah,
For like, oh my god, the reason she killed herself
yeah,
is because you planted the idea in her head,
deep. Yeah,
right?
deep.
That this is not real.
Oh,
Yeah,
So
but-
she never,
But her subconscious couldn't control that.
no, she
and that's
never
it.
believed that it was real.
I know. And therefore she was in the real world
Yeah.
thinking this must
This
be
is
the
not
dream world.
real. Yeah.
I know. So what is the real
Full
world?
on, yeah.
And but the other thing too, like just at the end, like when he did spin that top, right? And he normally obsessed over that top. He'd
He
look
walks
at it,
off.
he didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gone straight to his kids. It was like, that is irrelevant. Who gives a shit about that? And I thought that was pretty cool. But
Yeah.
there are so many good things about this movie.
Yeah.
It,
No,
it's an awesome movie.
yeah, it's great. I'll go quick. Original story, Christopher Nolan, Hans Zimmer, the cast. The opening is incredible. The setting, the Japanese mansion.
Yeah.
And then when you are he's in that massive hall and the indoor waterfall comes because he's been pushed
on
into the
outside
bath.
in the dream. Yeah, in the
And that then gets me to, it's so fucking clever that the outside environment has an effect on the dream.
exactly.
So, and they're talking about it. They're like, what the
He
shaking.
needs to take a piss. Yusef needs to take a piss. So
Yeah.
they're in the rain.
Yeah, and not only that, it's like the things are shaking. Oh shit, stuff must be really going down out there.
Yeah. And
Right, when they're in Mombasa,
ride. Or
right?
that-
Or when they're not in Mombasa, when they're in the ride at the
Yeah, the
start,
ride,
right, with Sato.
Yeah.
And I love that the outside influences have an effect, right? And they're talking about it. I
Yeah.
thought, fuck, so smart.
I know. Yeah.
Warehouses as living spaces and working spaces. So the
pretty
where
nice, yeah.
I fucking have a horn
Open
for
plan.
open plan living in a
Yeah.
warehouse. Having that
Industrial.
corner being that,
Yeah.
that over there might have a fake wall up for your bedroom, blah, blah,
Yeah.
but having this massive open space,
Yeah.
is so good.
It was a really cool office.
Really loved it.
Yeah.
The Mombasa, the chase
Mm.
is so good, and it could. I'm going to say
Is that in the van? You're talking about?
so.
This is when he meets Tom Hardy.
That's when he
and-
meets Tom Hardy.
Oh,
and
And,
he
yeah.
jumps.
the Cobalt people are trying to kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that dead or alive? I don't know. Just see if they shoot you.
Yeah.
Uh,
But that also was, Mombasa. That was a real maze of a place
Yeah.
too. So a real life maze, and that was another Nolan thing to just throw in there to just say to people, "Is this a maze? Is this
real
is
or
this
not real?
Is this
Yeah,
not real?"
yeah,
sort of
very
thing.
clever. And I said it could be the best the score gets. Could be.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
Could be, right? And I've said it here. So the mole exposition. So when you learn about the reason behind it,
Yeah.
you learn about Inception. You learn that he planted the idea in her head. You learned that they killed themselves in limbo to come back, and the reason she did that is because he implanted that idea to say that this is not real.
Mm.
And then finally she was like, okay, well, it's not real. But then to learn that not only was she going to kill herself, but she was going to frame him
Yeah,
for
I
it
know.
so that he would have to kill himself
Yeah.
so that they could be together
I know.
because this isn't real.
Uh,
Like the stakes
Yeah.
were so
And he's
fucking
like, "What
huge.
have you done?"
Yeah, and you still don't know. You do not believe until she jumps off that ledge that she's going to jump.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah,
You still don't know if it's real though. Like
Mate,
that's the thing.
but I think
Yeah. Well, yeah.
that twist where he tells Ariadne that he planted the idea,
Yeah.
the whole mole exposition part is unbelievable. It just comes from nowhere. You're like, if you're not mouth agape going, holy shit,
Mm.
The reason he is so obsessed with this is because this is all his fault.
Yeah.
It's
And
just
he does know about
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
so. Then the van roll. So the van goes off the back.
Yeah.
They're in the hotel. It's anti-gravity. Joseph
Yeah.
Gordon-Levitt is the only one on that layer,
Yeah,
while
that's
everyone
his
else is
dream.
in the
Yeah.
lower level, and he's got to rescue them so that they don't
I
die
know.
in
The
that.
stakes, this is the editing and
But
everything.
the fact that whole thing that was a practical set. They're twisting
Yeah,
the
I read that
corridor.
hall. It was
Mate.
no gravity, so he was.
This is movie making.
So
and
no
it's-
CGI.
This is movie
Yeah.
making at its absolute finest.
Mm.
That whole sequence of Joseph Gordon-Levitt in the hallway fighting the people, like it is incredible.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
It is
It's
incredible.
just $64 million.
Yeah. And then the end. So the end is one of the most perfect payoffs ever. They wake up, they're in the jumbo,
And they just look at each
and
other.
they look at each other and they go, "Fuck, I can't believe we did that."
Yeah, and Sato wakes up.
And it's
Fine.
10 hours.
Yep.
All that's happened in that 10-hour
Yeah,
period, and
yeah.
it's felt like
Yeah.
it's gone on for days and
It
days
has,
and
yeah.
days, right? So,
Yeah. Well,
and
it had gone on for years and years and years if you're down the bottom.
yeah, absolutely. And the other thing, one last thing, is that I love is that you actually get to see Cobb and Mole as old people in limbo because they've been there for 60 years or whatever.
We did live a life together.
Yeah.
We did. Well,
Yeah, and so because all he remembers them of is of themselves as the young,
Is young.
but they
yeah.
actually were when
Yes,
they
that's
died
right.
to come back.
Yes.
They were old.
Yes, I know. But they didn't see themselves that. But afterwards, it was like, no, we did.
Yeah,
We lived 50 years down here,
Yeah.
60 years down
yeah.
here.
Just amazing. All right, the bad Damo.
It's hard to find bad.
Yeah, look, I've got a couple.
Well, the dumbest move was at the beginning. He tied the rope
Unbelievably
chair.
dumb.
to scale out the window. It's like, why?
Yeah.
Have you
Just
tied-
stay there. Stay there a minute.
Yeah, just tie it to something else.
Yeah, but he's like to her, stay there a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she does everything you want.
And then she just stood up, and then he's like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, she
Who
doesn't want you to
doesn't
get
say
caught.
Now, this is all your weight is holding me on here.
Yeah.
If you stand up, I'll probably die.
But even so, the chair holds him.
You
know what I mean?
Because it gets stuck in the frame, that sort of thing. But yeah, I know.
Come on.
But I also think, yeah, one watch would pose too many questions. That you probably.
It's a multi-watch.
It's one of
movie.
those. It's like, yeah, I've got to go again.
The good thing, though, from Gau's perspective, is that I can tell that he actually really enjoyed this. You're going to get so much more out of this on
totally.
repeated viewing.
You will. Like the third viewing was the best viewing
Yeah.
that I've had of it.
Yeah.
Investing another 2 hours 28. That's going to be the tough bit. It's a lot. It's a lot to go.
Yeah.
It is. But you'll fly somewhere.
Yeah,
You'll
possibly.
fly somewhere. G-Man, any bad?
Yeah, I want to ask you guys a question. Do you reckon Christian Nolan is mates with George Lucas at all? Because I reckon he hired a heap of stormtroopers
I've got it
the
here
Stormtrooper
in Mombasa.
Marksmanship Academy.
in the massive. They can't. They can't.
Oh, Mombasa, eh?
Mombasa is
everywhere.
the
They-
worst.
None of the baddies could shoot. None
No.
of the bad people could shoot. They were in a van beside the van when they're all
Yeah.
asleep,
Oh,
and
bullets
one,
were going
Yeah.
through that van.
and Sato got one bullet. Didn't kill him.
that was in the taxi too.
well, that was in the taxi,
but,
so yeah, that's
but,
right.
but also, do you think that that's the dreamer controlling that?
No, because it was Fisher's subconscious, which is a militarized
Yeah, it
subconscious.
is. They're not good.
And they had to. Well, they said if we don't get out of here, we're all going to be dead in 24 hours.
Yeah.
Because
That was the good argument from Leo. He goes, "We're all going to die here, and
Yeah.
then we'll be fucked in limbo." So
I just didn't like that. I was like, it's too far fetched.
they did miss
You're driving. There's a guy beside you on a bike shooting into the car and doesn't hit anyone.
that van scene. Yeah, definitely.
and the
could
van
have.
and the van can keep going. Like they didn't shoot. Like nothing
well,
stopped it.
it's what's even worse is that in Mombasa, where it's in reality,
Yeah,
the people
They
are meeting
miss.
you away,
yeah. I
and
know.
they're still missing.
He was
Yeah.
jumping over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's like,
That's what I'm saying.
okay.
He jumps down, he runs away from all, and the 10 of them. Well, that's my next one. 10 of the goons couldn't catch him, and all of a sudden he's racing on the street, gets away from them all. 10 guys, and then Sato just turns up.
yeah.
And
Lucky.
he jumps in. And I was
That
like,
was lucky. That was
now-
convenient.
this is a psychological thriller. This movie, like, and it didn't fit to me. Like, if that's Raiders of the Lost Ark or Big Trouble in Little China, and your mate turned up and you, go Indy, go. I
Yeah.
get that.
I
In
think-
this, I was like,
I think
stood
it. I think it. Like Sato was following him. So if Sato knew his
He said,
every
I'm
movement,
protecting my investment.
he's protecting him. So
Yeah,
he was there, and I was willing to let that go. The stormtrooper, I've got exactly the same thing. Bad, he's chasing him on Bassa. A stormtrooper bad is my quote.
But the streets were so, it was like the getaway for the Griswolds in the European Vacation when they drove the little car out of the German beer festival, and it got wedged in that little thing, and they were able to, and they blocked them off. That was what happened here.
It is.
That little car got sort of wedged, and he jumped over it, and he got away.
That was it.
Yeah.
Anything else, G-Man?
No.
Okay, well, we've talked about the stormtroopers. I've got so in the third layer of the dream in the snow.
Yep.
And the guys are being towed by the truck on the skis.
Yeah.
I started having PTSD about T-bars. Thinking if I was there, I would have been fucked.
Yeah,
I would have slipped and it would have been 150 kilometers an hour down that hill.
Yeah, I know. It was like there's like the rope.
There was a tow rope.
There was a tow rope one, like to get from somewhere to somewhere, like just from one T-bar to another T-bar. I remember there's a little tow rope somewhere in Perisher. It was kind of like that tow rope thing.
Terrible.
Tow ropes sucked.
Tow ropes suck.
You know the bit that I found, when it was in the preview when he pulled out the big grenade launcher thing? Was that like he's dug in there like an Alabama tick? Kaboom, kaboom.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to dream big.
Yes.
Darling.
Yes,
Boom.
darling.
Yeah.
Yes, but that was Predator. That was
Definitely
definitely Predator.
Anything for ugly?
I didn't have any ugly.
No ugly.
No.
So we'll say too. And just a good thing that I didn't mention. They did a lot of their planning in the dream world.
Yeah.
And gave them so much time to plan. So let's go for a 5-minute snooze.
Yes.
And they've got 1 hour in layer one, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And they can do their plan. They have so much time. That's why they're in all the sites, that basically the foyer area, they're out in the street, doing all these plans. So it was actually really clever because you go, holy shit, they're on. Fish is dead.
Yeah.
He's gonna. It's like, we got to go. But they had so much time planning in the dream world. It was pretty bloody brilliant.
A lot of improvising as well. Like Ariadne improvised. There's a lot of bits where I'm improvising.
Yeah.
Like Cobb improvised.
Mission Impossible
Yeah,
style.
it was good.
Got to just do what
Very clever. Well done, gents. Quick fire. Damo.
Ooh, quick fire. We're here already, are we?
Yeah.
That's not a knife. A scene that's passed over into popular culture.
Is Inception itself?
Inception itself, 100%.
Yeah, that'd be the only thing I think. Yeah,
Because
you said
sometimes if
Inception.
you say someone's doing something in there and while they're in there, they're doing that, you go, it's like Inception.
I actually did read that it actually, after this movie came out, it educated people on what the word Inception actually means because a lot of people didn't understand it.
Right. Maybe,
Not Conception?
no. What about totems, maybe? Or
I think it's really for me, I think it's just Inception.
what about what would your totem be?
Oh God, that's a good question.
Yeah.
What would it be?
Two nuts.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would be.
I would have
What would yours be?
I would have a off-weighted, like one side heavier than the other side, Prince Albert. And no one would know. Yes, I would have.
So if you're leaning to the left,
yeah,
you're in the dream.
Yeah, in the
If
dream.
you're leaning to the right,
it's real.
it's real.
But yeah, that's what I think. That's what they should have done in the movie.
I can't believe they didn't.
Yeah.
I reckon Tom Hardy's was Prince Albert.
Yeah,
They never showed his.
No. You got a totem, gal?
Yeah, it would be a miniature figurine of my Shidoshi.
Radio, is it weighted or something?
It would be a Frank Dukes.
Yeah.
It would be a Frank
Little
Dukes
Frank
Kumite
Dukes.
belt. But every time you flip it, it lands the button up.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know what my totem would be.
Yeah, well, a bit of a think,
It'd be sexual. It'd be something sexual. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd have to be.
A Burt Young Award, biggest douchebag.
Okay, I got
It's a bit tough.
Cobb.
Oh,
Too many secrets.
Whoa.
Too many
Well, he
secrets.
did
It's not that bad a call though, but yeah.
Too many
He did
secrets.
lead his crack team
Yeah.
down there
Yeah.
to benefit
But
himself.
still, yeah.
Yep.
There's only benefits Cobb in the end, and he took his whole team down there and was like, "Oh, by the way, I didn't tell you if you die, you die."
True. But he was giving his whole pay to Youssef, wasn't he?
His whole share.
His
Yeah,
whole
no,
share.
Yusuf, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There's
What
no,
about Pete Postlewaite? He was a bit of a dick of a dad.
but was he? We don't know. Well, we don't know whether
Well,
he's
the way-
saying he
the
was
way he
disappointed
treated
in
his
him.
son,
Yeah, but in the end, he was good to him, so maybe.
but in the dream,
In the dream he
Dream.
was.
he
yeah.
disappointed. You tried to be me, sort of thing. It was he saying?
yeah,
That was the
It's
key.
the
And
subconscious.
just don't try to be me.
And he pulled out the little fan, which was the same fan that was in the photo.
Yeah, that they put in the safe.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Very
Well,
clever.
yeah. Anyway, how could have this been a 5-minute movie?
Cobb's just stuck in limbo.
Well,
Never gets out.
it was really, yeah. Well,
Well, it is a 5-minute movie.
it's a 10-hour movie, isn't it?
It is a 10-hour movie.
Because they're just on flight. It's a tough one.
Yeah, no, I don't think this can be.
Poor sporting prowess. I don't think there's anything.
I don't think there's any. I think everyone looked
Mate,
really good.
Yeah. I don't think there was anything that stood out. Someone.
I was looking for Ellen Page to not be
No,
too good,
she
but
was
she looked
great.
good.
Yeah.
I think everyone looked good.
Leo's always good, and Tom Hardy's
Oh,
and,
yeah. And so is Joseph.
So
They're all
Joseph
good.
Gordon-Levitt,
Yeah.
yeah, they can all sort of handle guns. They
Yeah.
all look pretty. Yeah, they all certainly look decent. An additional scene. There could be a heap of additional scenes that you might
At
want to see.
2:28, I'm going to say no.
No, it's
Sure,
long
that's
enough.
enough.
Yeah,
I think I didn't need anything else to understand the story. You got the backstory too.
yeah.
I think it was. I don't think there's anything. else you
Maybe
needed.
I don't know. Yeah, it's like finding Sato, or how did he find him down in limbo, sort of
Yeah.
thing.
And his limbo was a lot different to.
It was the same limbo. Yeah, well, because so
so I'm
Cobb had been the only one that had been down there, so he knows that area.
But
he
he
built
gets.
it.
I guess he's like. Did you? The thing I loved in Limbo. I don't know if you noticed it, but when they're on the beach and they're making the sandcastles, and they push over a sandcastle in the background at the same
Oh
time,
my god!
building falls down.
I
I'm like, fucking
yeah,
hell!
Yeah,
Like, so they are building this as they go.
yeah. Well, you can see the city that just goes on and
Yeah.
on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing, wasn't it? Well, Whitey's Brad Pitt. Holy crap!
Well, it's.
Ellen Page.
Oh no, I'm going to go.
Marion
I'm going to
Cotillard.
go
Oh.
Marion Cotillard.
Or there was even
The
She
blonde
comes out
girl.
in the blue,
Blondie.
in the blue slip.
I think Marion Cotillard. She's got it going on. I find her quite sexy.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's got some snobs.
yeah,
When she came out in the
does.
blue slip, like in the oh,
Yeah,
she's
She's a knockout.
yeah,
Yeah, she's really pretty.
yeah. Okay,
very
Yep.
Ellen Page.
not now.
Not well. No,
Elliot Page.
Elliot Page. No, look, very pretty. She and in the bit where her and Joseph Gordon-Levitt are
That was
together,
a funny scene.
when
wasn't
he
it?
goes,
Give me a
"Give me
kiss."
a kiss," and he goes, "Oh well, just it was worth a try."
It was, and she sort of had a bit of a grin.
And it was a
like,
terrible kiss too.
I struggle to not see her as Juno.
Juno. Yeah.
Like I
Yeah,
struggle
okay.
to get she's not a kid because she's small as well.
Yeah.
Diminutive, I guess. I struggle to not see her as still that kind of
yeah,
character.
yeah. Well, but she was like this little whiz kid. Draw me a maze that I need to solve
She was
in one
great.
minute. And it was such a cool, once again, exposition sort of thing in a way of, but it was part of the storyline. She's this maze creator, and it was the job interview. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Any Morgs-alikes? Any lookalikes?
The cast
Pete
is too.
Postlethwaite.
The
Pete
cast, well,
Postlethwaite's
yeah,
Morgs.
that's probably the only one. But the cast is too attractive for there to be any Morgs likes.
Yeah, it's a good looking cast.
You know, it's
It is a good looking
It's
cast.
a good looking cast, man. Like
Yeah.
they're not short of a root. Any of them.
No.
Even Michael Caine's doing all right at 90.
He's doing real good. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's it.
Well done.
Quick fire.
Well, Damo, we're going to stay with you because it's vastly becoming one of the top 10 segments on the podcast.
Oh, shoot.
Snorb report.
Cockburn in.
Go for it.
Now, I just got to I explain to the work experience kid. I've seen what happens when gung-ho Snorbs reporters, unqualified, unskilled, jump into trying to do a Snorbs report.
Yes.
I've seen how they turn out. The path that you're on without being fully trained leads to heartbreak. Right? So that's it's just for your safety.
Stay on the path.
Just don't.
Oh, it's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, so I spent 8 years at Snorbs University and 4 years on the field in France to be qualified. You know,
Baguettes and
yeah.
berets.
12 years.
B squared.
That's what I think. I mean, if Strangles is doing a Spadger sort of
Doctorate.
specialty, yeah, it's going to take a while. It's actually less time though than Snorbs. Snorbs is like the prestigious.
Well,
it's a bit more prestigious.
I've got a feeling that we're going to have tier 1 and tier 2 in this Snorbs report tonight.
Oh, yes. Well, I don't think I'm going to mention tier 2. It's too much in tier 1.
Okay.
It's a lot of tier 1. Anyway,
Take it away.
so as we've already established, a French actress.
It's the law.
It's like there's a bear shit in the woods. Yes. Is the Pope a Catholic? Yes.
Yes.
is a French actress in the Snorms Report? Yes. It's just a given. So we'll have a look at 2001. She started getting them out.
Like it.
Pretty things.
They
Pretty
were.
things. And she's got a fair set of cans.
She does.
2002 in a private affair. It's actually a Snob, Spadger, and Tockley scene.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Tockley.
Tockley.
Wow.
All
okay.
three. Yeah. So in 2006, she's got blonde hair in this, and she looks great.
Okay.
La Boîte Noire.
Oh, your French is getting better.
Yeah. Really raunchy sex scenes. Like the French just don't do your meat and potato scene. They do.
Oh, full blown.
Full on. Yeah. Whatever. It's got paprika's in it. It's got it all. Will was adding his paprika in the other week.
Mate, French movies.
Yeah.
Loved them since I saw Emmanuel in 1987.
Yeah.
Wow.
2017, Ishmael's Ghosts. But I want to just mainly focus on recently, 2021. It's a musical called Annette.
Yep.
And there's so many things wrong with this movie. Adam Driver
That's number one wrong.
is cast. Guess what his occupation is in this movie? The least thing that Adam Driver could ever be.
Well, he's not funny.
He's a comedian. Exactly. His role in this is he's the local comedian.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So Adam Driver did produce this as well.
Oh.
Part of it. And he cast himself. They wanted to see if he could he cast himself as a comedian. He is so unfunny. But this is a musical. They're actually shagging in bed. He is absolutely going to town on her, and she is singing. And then they change positions, and they're singing. It's a singing sex scene.
A singing sex scene.
Yes.
Triple S.
In the movie called, Annette. So it's a
Wow.
full shag scene singing to each other.
You just don't get
In a
much of that,
musical.
do you?
It's pretty unique.
Talk about unique ideas. What should we do for this music? Let's do a singing sex scene.
It is, yeah. Unbelievable. It's the only singing sex scene I've ever seen. But anyway, that's the Snorbs Report.
Well, you know, you've missed Ellen Page, though.
Oh,
She's done some tier 2 and Snorbs. Kate Mara.
Oh, yeah.
She's done a tier 2.
Didn't they patch off on set?
Tier 2 full nude.
T2 for Ellen Page. Yeah, right.
Tier 2.
But with a gear off?
Gear
No.
off.
Oh, I just thought she wouldn't have done it.
She
I didn't
did.
even bother.
So that's one for people to look up.
Yeah,
Ellen
I'll
Page
have
has
to
got
go
a little sneaky Snorbs report going
I've
on.
seen her as man boobs
Yeah.
now that they've been removed.
Yep.
And
No,
I
but
was like, I'm not
pre-removal.
looking at that. Yeah, pre-removal.
Pre-removal, she did a movie with Kate Mara, who is a spunk.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, the girl out of Shooter.
Yeah.
Right.
Kate
And
Mara is a spy.
they do a tier 2 scene.
Tier
which is
2
lesbian.
scene. Yeah.
And they get their
Bit of
snorbs
bit of
out.
snorbs. Oh,
Yeah.
we'll have to check. I just didn't think that she would even go down that path.
Usability, 7.5 out of 10.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Well done, Damo. That is the Snorbs report.
Have I done my signature cop that out?
We'll do it again.
Do it
It's
again.
done.
No, you did.
It's done.
you did
All
put
right.
one in.
Listen to this. Now, G-Man, we normally start with you, but I just want to start with a little video before we get going. Just on Christopher Nolan and his thought process and the birth of Inception.
Well,
A lot of the inspiration for Inception was from a period of my life, when I was in university and didn't have much money and breakfast was free, but it ended at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. I would go to bed at 4 in the morning or something, set my alarm, wake up to get the end of breakfast, go back to bed.
back to sleep.
So then you're in this sleep state
Yeah,
where
yeah.
it becomes possible to be very aware of the fact that you're dreaming. And I would experiment with trying to control a dream, trying to make something
Lucid dreaming.
lucid
Yeah,
dreaming.
yeah.
And it's frustrating, and but it's fascinating. And the occasional moment where you get something to work and you're able to actually channel your dream, lucid dreaming, it's pretty fascinating. You go, okay, that's a superpower. That's an amazing thing. And that was really very much the genesis of the film.
right.
All for a free breakfast.
Fair enough. Have you ever known you're in a dream in a dream?
No.
I have, probably 2 or 3 times.
Really?
Yeah.
Wet dream? Was it a wet dream?
No, but I've known there's something really bad happening. Right. What I can't even remember what it was though. And I think this is so bad that it can't be real.
Can't be real.
And then I've
Yeah,
thought about
I've had that before. And
And,
gone,
I, and,
this is a dream.
and I do, and I think, actually, am I dreaming? And it's like, And then I start thinking about whatever shit we've been doing. I go, this is a dream. And then I generally wake up.
Yeah. I used to have a recurring dream. As a kid,
no, I still do. Yeah.
and it was the same dream, and I was having sex with Kim Basinger,
Oh, right.
and,
Not
I,
enough
and I
weeks.
refused to wake up. No, that wasn't it. But no, I had this recurring dream where I think I've told it on the podcast before about the faraway tree, the book, The Faraway Tree, Enid Blyton, Faraway Tree, and I would climb up the faraway tree and meet all the people all the way up the faraway tree, and then
say faraway tree again.
yeah, and then I got to the top of the faraway tree,
Yeah.
and then there would be a cloud level above the faraway tree.
Oh, another layer.
And so then I would poke my head through the cloud level.
Yeah.
And
Of
then
the faraway tree.
of the faraway tree.
Yeah.
And then a massive plane would fly over the top of my head, and it would be like almost my hair touching the plane.
Yeah.
And that was the dream. And I would wake up
Scared
almost every
shit out of you.
time with my heart
This
racing.
goddamn plane's
And I
about-
reckon I had that dream until I was 25.
Yeah. Yeah.
From at the age of about 6. And it used to freak me the fuck out. And I might have it once or twice a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, good story. Good
Yeah,
story,
nice
bro.
work. Faraway tree.
Excellent. Good story, bro.
Yeah.
Say the faraway tree again. Okay, cool. All right, fuck you, gear. Listen to this, G-Man. What do you got?
I got 4 crackers.
Go for it. Right. Self-professed.
Okay, you tell me if they're crackers
The
or
crackers
not.
are not,
Okay.
yeah.
Let us be the judge of that.
If you take the first letters of the names of all the characters,
Oh, yes.
Dom, Robert, Eames, Arthur, Mal, and Sato, they spell.
Dreams.
You add Peter, Ariadne, and Yusuf.
Pays.
Dreams pay,
Pay.
which is what would happen if you're a mind thief.
Dean Pay.
Right.
Dreams pay.
Dreams pay. Yeah.
That good?
That's
That's
pretty good
actually
cracker.
good, Gear. Well done.
Good cracker.
In the city scene on the first level of the dream with Fisher, the state motto on the license plate of the cards reads, "The alternate state."
I did see a pictures of that. Yeah, I know. That's clever. This little detail.
Yeah.
Let's get the number plates with the little thing down the bottom,
Yeah.
which you can't see unless you zoom into it.
Yeah.
To do that,
Now, listings for the movie show the runtime as 2 days, 9 hours, and 14 minutes.
right?
Which is the length of time it would take to watch if you're in the dream world.
Yes, if you're in like
Wow.
Dream One.
Yeah. And just one more. There's a part when they go when Cobb and Miles are first shown, and Cobb says, "Extradition between France and the United States is a bureaucratic nightmare."
This is good.
And if you go back to Catch Me If You Can, that's where Leonardo DiCaprio is arrested in France and extradited to the United States. So I think that's a real
really?
little. They just throw that little
But
one
what
in
if
there.
so Leo, you said contributed to the
Yeah.
script,
Yeah.
and he's probably going, "Why don't we just do
Well,
this?"
Christopher
little-"
Nolan wrote it, so you know who knows. He just did
okay,
think,
right,
oh, that's
yeah,
one of
yeah,
those.
yeah,
I'll just
you
throw
and
that
me,
little.
we'll do that again. Yeah.
Just throw that in. It's a great
Yeah.
little leg.
Damo, anything?
Okay, so time expands roughly 18 times every layer, just roughly. So on the lowest level, 10 seconds is, well, the other is 17 days. So on the lowest level. So 10 seconds in the
Right.
real world is 17 days. So 50 years in limbo is like that 10-hour sleep. So this is why Sato, when you see him in that 10
He's
hours,
so old.
he's like 80 years old
Yeah.
down there, or even older, yeah. So
He looks like David Lopan.
he
You never could beat me, Cobb.
Yes. So
Does he get old enough to die down there? What if
he could have. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But what if it was another double that?
I wonder what happens if you died. You go to double him.
no. If you died, he'd go back to the real world.
Oh, that's right.
If you die of natural causes,
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I
yeah.
guess if you
As soon
died,
as you die,
yeah,
you go back
yeah.
to the real world.
but not if you're
So
shot.
So you go back up. Well,
No.
No,
If,
in
if
limbo.
you die in
Oh,
limbo,
if
you
you
go
died
back.
in layers 1, 2, or 3,
Yeah, I got you.
you go to limbo, and then your mind fries. Because in limbo, that's where you is this a dream? Is this real? They're not as conscious.
Yeah.
And that's why he's worried that Sato wouldn't remember. And if you look at him at the beginning, when he's eating his food, he's going, I don't know. Like he's trying to remember too exactly what we're doing down here. And Sato's spinning the top and then grabs the gun. Obviously, shot Leo and then shot himself because he did remember. But it was a risk that it would not. So, but that's pretty cool. But as we're talking about those layers, we said James Bond level, like the snow levels, was inspired by On Her Majesty's Secret Service. The level above that in the hallway
Yep.
was inspired by The Shining.
Yeah.
And the level above that in the streets was inspired by Heat.
Oh, cool.
So
yeah.
he had all these. So Christopher Nolan said all those things. So one little thing too, in one of the scenes when they first meet Yusef, who's the chemical guy who
Yep.
drugged them all, there's a cat walking behind Yusef, and he smells like this chemical thing. This is just to establish who Yusef is. The cat smells like this jar that's behind him on this bookshelf. Anyway, they cut back to Tom Hardy, and then you look at the cat, and the cat's asleep. So and once again, these tiny little details that it's like, oh shit, that cat, it sniffed it. Oh right, it's now knocked out. So now you know what you're dealing with here.
Yeah, definitely.
It's cool.
There you go.
Okay. So I've got a couple. People have stolen a few of mine, but there was no second unit team for this movie. So in general, I talk about second unit directors and second unit where they do establishing shots or they do landscape shots. Every piece of footage was filmed by Christopher Nolan and Wally Pfister, the director of photography.
Wow.
Generally, that's not the case. So every single bit of film that was filmed was by those two. Now, for those of you that don't know, but Marion Cotillard played Edith Piaf in La Vie en Rose.
Oh, right.
So the song
the song that they played to wake
but
up.
it's only by chance. So the song was always the
chosen,
that which was non je ne regrette rien, was used as the plot device for the kick, right?
Right.
Now it was. She won 2 years before she won the Best Actress Award for La Vie en Rose for Edith Piaf, but it was just a fluke. And actually that Nolan had to come out and said it was just pure coincidence because everyone was going, using that song because of Edith Piaf, blah, 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 blah. Now, the movie's runtime, 2 hours and 28 minutes, is reference to the original song, Non je ne regrette rien.
Oh, beautiful.
Oui, oui. Which lasts 2 minutes and 28 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he'd already had it set.
Bloody
Now,
hell.
the runtime of this movie on DVD is exactly 8,888 seconds. 4 hours. Look at that. 8,888 seconds.
Oh, my God.
There we go.
He's into his time, isn't
And
he?
you know, this is one of the top 50 highest grossing movies of all time.
Yeah, crazy, isn't it? Well, I guess it's 700 or 800 million.
Yeah.
It's going to be up there.
Mentality. Quotables. Damo, anything?
I just when Fisher landed in that, they just had the avalanche come on them.
Yeah.
So could anyone have dreamed of a
I
goddamn
got that as
beach?
well. So funny.
Yeah. But the other thing wasn't a quote. It was when Eames threw the guy the bomb, who was towing all the skiers.
Yeah.
And he gave him the thumbs up. He threw the ball. He goes, hey, catch that. And then it just blew up. It's like that thumbs up. I don't know if that was just a random Tom Hardy thing.
Yeah.
But it was really freaking funny. But yeah, that's my two. I just put there. There's probably 1,000. Well, actually, it's probably not that many quotes.
No, there's not many. G-Man?
Oh, did you say that one before? The price in my head, is that Dead or Alive?
Yeah.
Is that
Right.
Not sure. See
Not
if he
sure.
starts
See if he
shooting.
starts shooting. That's quite good. There wasn't many outstanding quotes in the movie, I didn't think.
No. I like Eames. Tom Hardy says a lot of them.
Yeah.
So the bit where he goes, Eames, I'm impressed. Your condescension, as always, is much appreciated, Arthur. Thank you. I just think he's so fucking good.
Yep.
He's so cool in this movie.
Yep.
Tom Hardy. Awesome. Okay. Well done, gentlemen. 1 degree of Kurt Russell.
Don't know.
Leonardo DiCaprio,
Oh,
Once Upon a Time in
yeah.
Hollywood.
Yep. Of course, the big one.
Film school for F-wits. Now,
God, will you put Pokemon cards?
no. Tonight is a night of quotes.
Oh.
And I'm going to throw just some quotes at you.
Oh.
See if you can get where they're from.
Okay.
Most of them are, you should get all of them, I think. Right. First one. I just want the movie. What the movie it's from. You don't need to give me the actor or anything. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Casablanca.
Nope.
No,
the other one.
Gone with the Wind.
Yes, that's it.
G-Man.
Yeah.
Here's looking at you, kid.
Key Largo.
No, you've already said it.
Casablanca.
There you go. Say hello to my little friend.
Oh, that's Al Pacino.
Scarface.
Scarface. Well done. Now, I drink your milkshake. I don't think you'll get this.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the
No, it's not that.
Kellis.
No. There Will Be Blood.
Oh, okay.
Daniel Plainview
Yeah.
at the end when he's talking to Paul Dano, and he's in the before he kills him.
Oh,
I don't
He
think I've seen
talks
there
about-
will be
oh,
blood.
mate,
yeah, I've seen it once. Yeah.
incredible movie.
He's a bad bugger, isn't it?
Incredible
Daniel
movie.
Day-Lewis.
Drains all the oil from his gland. If I drink your milkshake. So good.
I love milkshake too.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Flying high.
Airplane.
Oh,
Bloody hell,
G-Man.
you in the airplane.
I do wish we could chat longer, but I'm having an old friend for dinner.
Oh, God.
And a Chianti.
Yeah, we know that's the Silence of the Lambs.
Now, Damo, you should get this one. I'm not a monster. I'm just ahead of the curve.
I don't. I just it rings a hell of a bell. Is it the Dark Knight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Heath Ledger.
Yeah, the Joker.
Yeah.
Leave the gun, take the cannoli. One of the great ad-lib quotes in cinema.
Leave the gun. Take
Take
the
the
cannoli.
cannoli.
It sounds like it'd be some sort of Pulp Fiction-y sort of thing.
The Godfather.
Oh, right.
So when they shoot the guy and he's with the big guy, what's his name? Clemenza. Clemenza says to the guy, they've bought cannolis and they've shot the guy in the front seat and they go, leave the gun, take the
It was
cannolis.
like- yeah, okay, right.
Yeah.
Yep. In the street, that was like the fruit guys or whatever. Or was it bread?
No. What do you mean?
What is cannoli?
Cannoli's like it's a pastry. It's got
Yeah, it's a
cream
pastry.
in it.
That's what a
Yeah,
bread
cream,
thing or something. Yeah.
It's got curry in it.
Yeah.
Now, G-Man,
Yep.
you might get this. That rug really tied the room together.
Oh God, what is that?
Uh,
That rug really tied the room together.
hey, man. They call me the dude.
Oh, was it the Big
right.
Lebowski?
You know when they
Yeah,
roll the guy
that's
up on
right.
the rug?
Yeah, yeah.
They take it away.
All right.
And the last one, my wife used to fart when she was nervous.
Oh, Robin Williams
Oh, well done, G-Man.
in oh God, why is the name escaping me?
Goodwill Hunting.
I'm gonna tell you one. This is a born to watch one, and see if you guys remember. No, it's
Oh, this is you're
it's from
starting to
a
take.
movie-
You're
it's
starting
from-
to take your notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I thought they smell manly on the outside. Can you remember?
Oh my god.
That's the crossover.
Smell manly.
That's the crossover between Rocky,
Rocky
2
2
and
and
Empire
Empire
Strikes
Strikes Back.
Yep.
Okay, well done, everyone. A little bit of fun with some quotes
Yeah.
there. Kick
Oh,
ass
shit, yeah.
credit
God.
song. The movies.
Well, I have not looked at this since I wrote it in 5 seconds.
Okay, that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, this one I don't even know the melody. So
What's the name of it?
5-Layer Dream.
Five Layer
Five
Dream.
layer dream. There used to be an excellent 6-layer dip at Tex-Mex at Monavar.
Ooh,
A 6-layer dip and a stacked enchilada was our go-to for Megan and I.
wow.
Delicious meal.
Yeah, okay.
One of the best. Take it away. 5-layer dreams.
Okay. Fisher's dad's got a large company. We gotta break it up to see the family. Fisher needs to think he came up with the idea. We get into his dreams. The Inception starts here. There is doubts that this is possible. It's never been done. Cobb has the answer. It's not the only one. He gathers the team around to put the plan in place. Here's the rules to complete Inception. It's time to brace. Dream 1. We can have lots of fun. Dream 2. There's so much you can do. Dream 3. It's just you and me. Dream 4.
I can give you more.
Dream 5. Don't you know that the time is right?
You are such a dickhead.
Yeah.
When you first started singing that, do you know what it took me back to?
What?
Paul Rick's leash.
Oh yeah, just a bit slow.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was the
Very well.
Arizona wave pool champion.
Yeah, it's complete. Well, like I said, I wrote it down and I had a melody in my head, but I've completely forgotten it. But yeah.
He's not gonna.
And then anyway.
Because his everything is so terrible. Off to the beach with Kalani. Where the sentiments time. Rick and Kalani be on the beach.
Under the blanket,
She pulls Rick's leash.
Pipeline classic, the crowd screech. Final wave, Lance pulls Rick's leash. Everybody's pulling
Rick's leash, pulling and tugging on Rick's leash. One of the greats. Pull, tug, Rick's leash. Mingow. Nearly had a heart attack. Nearly had a heart attack. Well done, Damo.
nice.
Well done. Star of the show, G-Man. Who you got?
I'm going to go with Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
I think the writing, I think all the little Easter eggs, all the detail we talked about, I think this is his movie. A great cast, but I think that this is all him.
Yeah, good call, G. What about you, Damo?
Yeah, could be a three-way tie. With like Leo, with
Yep.
Hans, with Chris, but I'm going for Christopher Nolan as well.
Yeah, it's 3 from 3. It's definitely Nolan's baby.
Yep.
And it's exceptional.
Inceptional.
Inceptional.
Yep.
Okay. The rank bank. A little bit difficult as this is quite a serious
Hadn't even
movie.
thought about it. Yeah.
Got spinning tops.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Murderous projections.
Yeah.
Bad dreams. Kicks. All-time soundtracks. Spinning hallways. Anything to add here?
I
What are
don't
thoughts?
mind the spinning tops because it really
Yeah,
is.
it does.
Tops ties it in.
It is essentially what the movie
Yep.
is known for.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to go with spinning tops.
Prince Albert's.
Well, talking about what
He sees dead people.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to start with you, G, as you
Oh, he's only a one
a
watcher.
one
though.
watcher.
Yeah, it's a bit different.
How many spinning tops are you giving Inception?
I'd like to think I'd watch it again at some stage when I have a spare 2.5
Wow.
hours. Well, as I said to you, I was a bit worried about not wanting to get into it, particularly it was a Saturday afternoon and I was a bit slow, but I did like it. I quite enjoyed it in storyline. I probably should watch it again. I don't know that I will. I am going to give it 3.75 spinning tops.
3.75 spinning tops. Wow. Okay.
I'm not surprised though.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
for a one watch.
No, I've only
I'm
seen it
certainly
once.
not.
you need a
surprised.
multi-watch.
Yeah.
It's a multi-watch movie.
Yeah.
Damo, how many spinning tops for you, mate?
I love this movie. I think it's absolutely sensational. But I'm not going to give it a 5. I'll give it 4.75. I
Wow.
think it is an absolute masterpiece. It is so goddamn good, this movie.
Agreed.
It's
She's going to be
such-
high up there.
Yeah, it's so complex. It's so thought-provoking. It's so interesting.
Yep.
So unique, so original. And the music's unbelievable. The acting's unbelievable. Yeah. Could be a 5, but I'll give it 4.75.
I'm going. This is a hard 5 for me.
Okay,
This could be my favorite movie, original story of the 2000s.
Yeah.
Comfortably. I think this is the best movie Nolan's ever done, and the bar is high.
Yeah.
But I think that it is so clever. It doesn't play us for fools. It's so complex, but you understand it.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it, right? That
But even though you understand it, I'll guarantee you'll see more and more
sure.
every watch.
that thing with her pushing the sandcastle over and the thing, that's
Yeah.
the first time
Yeah,
that I noticed it.
I only kind of think about it when you said it. It's like, oh yeah, out of the corner of my eye.
They're
there
on
is
the
something.
beach.
Yeah.
They push it over.
No,
It's just so brilliant.
the
So
detail.
layered.
Yep.
So layered. G-Man, where does that put Inception in the rank bank?
Well, it puts it up in some high company, boys. 4.5 spinning tops puts us up there in equal 23rd spot with The Thing,
Wow.
Silence of the Lambs,
Mm.
Back to the Future, The Shawshank Redemption, and Inception. Right above 4.44 Big Trouble in Little China
Okay.
and Mad Max 2, and right below 4.58 Lord of the Rings, Two Towers,
That's a magnificent.
and The Terminator.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
magnificent
Uzi
movie.
No.
Oh, sorry, and Inglorious Bastards.
Okay. Ooh,
So,
okay.
mate, that is in some really good company. Silence of the Lambs, A Thing, Shawshank,
Mm.
it's up there.
Bloody oath.
Well, 4.5. 9 out of 10. Thoroughly deserved it.
Popcorn meter was 91.
Yeah, I think we're all over it.
Mm.
No,
Top 25. Top 25. So
Yeah, like
Yep.
it. I like it. Well done.
But
Well
I
done.
think if you watched it again,
I might
or
give it a.
again,
I
you'd
might
probably go. You know what?
maybe down the line. I'll
Yeah.
give it another watch. I might give it a
Yeah.
re-ranking.
Yeah, you might re-rank it.
Mm.
Yeah, 11 in a weekend.
Oh,
11 ranks.
that's tough.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yep.
Very hard. Third birthday done.
Done. Dusted. Happy birthday.
Incredible. I don't feel any older than I did the day that I started.
No,
Mentally, physically, yes.
right.
It's been quite the event.
That's
I'm quite
ridiculous.
partied out after that.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that's 3 years gone.
I
Yeah,
know.
fast, so
Shit.
fast.
Holy crap!
Very,
can't
very
believe
fast.
that. Yeah.
Mental. Makes me think why we didn't do it
Mm.
3 weeks earlier.
Yeah, there would be 3 weeks and 3 years.
3 years and 3 weeks.
Yeah,
and that's a real time to
that's
party.
yeah. That's
In
huge.
3 weeks' time,
Can't
we're going to
wait.
have a massive
Cannot
party.
Wait. Cannot wait.
Have a massive party. People, it's been so much fun deciphering Inception and talking about Inception with you three and for the people at home
Yep.
in their cars, in their beds,
Mhm.
listening in the shower, wherever you listen to
Yeah.
Born to Watch. Hopefully some of you are naked when you're doing it.
Yeah.
But if you're not, maybe try that next time.
different experience.
Get on the website, leave us some feedback, leave us a voicemail. We'd love to have you on board. Now, next week,
Mm.
we've got a special. Every week seems to be something special here on Born to Watch. But next week, we've got a fan coming on to the show for a full-fledged episode.
He has done a hit slip a dud.
He has
Or
done
no,
he did Good, Bad, the Ugly for Alien
Oh yeah, right.
a long time ago, a couple of years ago now.
Yep.
We're bringing Matty B Geek back, and he's requested, and it was on our list anyway. Starship Troopers.
Ooh.
Paul Verhoeven.
Want to live forever? You apes? Is that in that?
Yep.
Is that Michael Ironside?
Who wants to live
Who
forever?
wants to live forever? Again, a great. This is fun. This is gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a silly
It's
movie,
funny though.
but it's funny.
There's Norks in it.
Lots of
Oh,
notes.
lots.
Yeah, incredible Snorbs report.
Yeah.
Incredible.
But again, it's a lot of fun. Paul Verhoeven. This will be our third,
Paul
fourth.
Verhoeven, he just
Is
loves.
this our fourth Verhoeven? Basic Instinct,
Total
Recall, Starship Troopers. I think RoboCop.
Robocop, yeah.
This is our fourth Paul Verhoeven movie.
Hang on. Did he do Cliffhanger? Did you just say that? No.
No, Cliffhanger's not. It's Wolf. Isn't that Wolfgang Peterson?
I can't remember.
I think it is. Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't think it's Paul Verhoeven.
it's with Blade Laser and
There's no
Blazer.
tits in Cliffhanger,
No,
so
because
it
he can't be.
couldn't be Paul Verhoeven.
Janine Turner.
Should say Paul Verhoeven one more time.
Oh, fuck off, Gary.
Hang on. Who did Long Kiss Goodnight?
That's not Paul Verhoeven.
Who did that? Oh, I thought, yeah, because
Well, maybe he did do Long Kiss
he
Goodnight.
may have done that. No,
No, it's not. It's not. Definitely not Paul Verhoeven.
it's the guy that did that pirate movie that was shit.
Cutthroat Island.
Cutthroat Island.
Oh, yep. Okay. Yep.
He's from Finland or somewhere. Is he- is he Euro?
Why is his name on the tip of my tongue? Rennie Harlan.
That's
Rennie
it.
Harlan.
Yep.
That's
Rennie
it.
Harlan.
Long Kiss
I
Goodnight.
get
Rennie
them- I get
Harlan
them
did
mixed up.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah,
Rennie
I get those
Harlan.
two mixed up because they're
Yeah.
both Euros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Euro trash.
Yeah.
Euro trash.
Okay.
Guys, it's been fun. So much fun enjoying celebrating our third birthday with you boys. Let's hope we are all together for our fourth birthday, and maybe the guy with the big nose and the ugly face might join us.
Pete Postlethwaite.
Yeah. Harry Dean Stanton,
Yeah.
the Skeksis,
Dark Crystal.
F. Murray Morgraham. Boys, till next week, till Starship Troopers, it'll be fun. Share to your friends. Bye for now.
See ya.
Beautiful. Later.